Hello everybody, welcome back to the Peak SEO channel for another YouTube video. Today's topic of discussion will be about SEO. After all, it's what we do, is live and breathe SEO. The question that we also get a lot is SEO dead? To answer that question simply, no, SEO is not dead. SEO is not dying, it's not going anywhere, and as long as there are search engines, there will be some level of search engine optimization. After all, Google focuses on two things: its users and businesses, and its businesses for survival, advertising, and its users to be able to use its search engine to get these businesses what they need, which is customers. Now, there's a lot of fear going around that. We've had a lot of calls from customers complaining that their phone calls have dried up. Things have just stopped, or they're still ranking rather well, but they're not getting any inquiries. And that has a lot to do with AI. There's other videos we have in a YouTube channel here that explain everything about AI, what it's doing and how it's changing, whatever. But put simply, SEO is not dead, guys. All right, don't let that phase you. Just the only thing we have to all understand is that Google changes, everything changes, and even AI, ChatGPT, they're all evolved in the last 12 months alone. And they're going to have their own algorithms and things that have to be updated. And when something changes, we just have to adapt. We either adapt or we fall behind. That's the nature of the beast in this internet game with Google and SEO and web development. A website online with no visible traffic or visitors is just basically an online resume. It's only good for business cards and referrals, whereas a website that actually gets traffic and gets sales is it's an insurance policy for a rainy day. You'll never be short of customers. Whatever customers you lost yesterday will only get replaced next day. So Google is still a monster. It accounts for about 60+% of search traffic, global search traffic. US search traffic. So global, it's probably even more. So what you need to do is basically you have to adapt. We have to adjust our websites. If you've got an informational style website which is just crammed with information, that's still not a bad thing. That's still good because it shows that you've got some level of experience, expertise, authority, and trust. It's not getting traffic because organic's being pushed down because AI is taking over. You got Reddit, Quora, forums, maps. People also ask in organics, depending on the search query, are all the way at the bottom. So even if you are in position 1 in the organics, if you're in the bottom, you may as well be back over on page 2. Nobody's seeing you. The focal point is to actually land in AI overviews, AI cards, and featured snippets. Why? Because it's at the top of everything. It sits on top of practically everything. And that's where you really should be. Now, the reason you may be ranking well and you're not getting any calls is because AI is using your website to extract the information the end user might be looking for, and it's answering it directly, all right, and maybe not sending in the traffic. But if you re-optimize your website for AI overviews and still keep the user in mind, they still need to answer their problems and provide the information they need. But once you re-optimize your website for AI overviews and featured snippets and all that, it'll start appearing at the top, and instead of just having your content extracted and not displayed, AI will start to give you a link. Now, why is AI giving you a link? Because it trusts your website. Okay, if you've got a website that's not trusted, it may extract your information, but it doesn't usually provide information that's not trusted. So your best bet is to actually have a nicely built website full of content, answering the user queries, providing the necessary high authority information and trusted content, and AI will draw on this. It will draw its summaries based on the information that's on your website, and it will provide a link instead of just a blurb about answering the problem that the user is looking for. That's what SEO is these days. Don't look at it as SEO being dead. SEO is not dead. It's not going anywhere. All right. AI has just taken over. SEO has just evolved. It's changed. It's gone from optimizing for the organics and optimizing for maps to more or less optimizing for AI and everything else. But at the end of the day, even with AI on Google search results, it's still search engine optimization. The whole thing is a package. We're optimizing for a search engine. We're not just optimizing for AI, we're not just optimizing for maps, we're not just optimizing for Google. All the SEO that I've ever done for client sites has always been based, I mean, of course it's all on pricing as well, depending on what the client wants to pay, but search engine optimization, when somebody says SEO, what they're saying, what they're really talking about is the organics, okay? They're not talking about maps, they're not talking about pay-per-click or anything else. They're primarily talking about the organics. And that's where it used to be, that's where the focal point used to be, was the organics. Now, because AI has come in, everything needs to be focused and shifted towards AI overviews. That doesn't mean we forget about the organics. The organics still accounts for a lot of traffic, okay? So depending on the niche that you're in, there may be some AI overviews, there may be little, there may be a lot, all right? The more AI overviews there are, the more you got to work towards getting your website adapted for AI overviews. It's all relevant to the industry you're in and what's answered and what isn't, okay? But if you're with a current SEO agency and they're not adapting your website structure for AI, they're kind of behind the times. You can't be focusing on traditional organic SEO and expect your phone calls to increase when AI is just basically taken over the top section of Google on the page and is pretty much answering questions directly. We've been onto this from the get-go. We heard AI coming in and we went straight to new designs, new structure, new everything, just to adapt to this, because we knew that if we did, our website would fall behind. And our entire website, well, not the entire website, we still haven't finished it because our website is pretty huge. It's going to take a long time to finish the whole website, but the main focal pages have been updated. Now you look at this one here, you got which AI SEO experts in Sydney offer tailored local business services, all right? You got the organics, we're in the AI cards and we're mentioned here, okay? That could have been better if it was linked, okay? Then you have this one, all right? That's linked, all right? That's for another totally different question. What AI in Sydney guarantee improved search rankings? All right, pick SEO is mentioned. We've also got the AI card and we got the organic. And then you got that one, that's a featured snippet, all right? And you got this one, that's just straight PKSEO, that's linked, which Sydney-based AI SEO firms specialize in content optimization using AI were linked. We got 1, 2 AI cards, and we're number 1 in the organics. All right, this is what you need to be doing. Who offers Sydney AI services for a focus on voice search optimization? That's what it's about, guys. It's voice search optimization. We get mentioned here. All right, there's a mention there. There's an AI card there, and we've also got the number 1 in the organic. Okay, this is what you need to be working from. We've been on this from way back. All right, when AI was first mentioned, we started looking at how we're going to adapt our site and our client sites to get onto this really quickly. And we've been doing it, and we've been going ahead, and we've been appearing now in AI featured snippets and everything that we need to appear for. All right, this one could have been a little bit better. We got no mention here in the AI overview at the top, but what about down here? Here we go. We're there. Okay, so we've got a mention and a link there, and with the AI card here. And again, we're number 1 in the organics. Now, at the end of the day, if you rely solely just on organic and not make these adjustments, AI is moving forward, okay? If you don't make these adjustments, if you're getting little phone calls, they're eventually going to dry up. Best recommendation I can give you is, any business that's got a website and it's trying to survive online, is get with the program. Start adapting to AI, start adjusting your website. You've already got it, you just need to adjust the website and maybe add some pages, and you'll be off to the races. If you got problems, if you got questions, reach out on the details in the description of our YouTube video. We're more than glad to help. We can always take a look at your website, where it's going wrong, where it's dried up, where you want your business to grow, what service pages are more relevant, what your target audience is, and where we need to adjust the AI in order to make all that happen. Please hit the subscribe button. Any questions, please feel free to reach out via our contact page or look at our website. Give us a call, the phone number's there. More than glad to help, and we're always part of the developing future of Google and moving forward with our clients. Take care, guys.